Green Arrow issue 5, Benjamin Percy and Jean E. Ferreira on the art. And this, I think, is the end of this arc too. I think we're bleeding into a new arc for the next issue. So, we're on the Inferno. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big giant boat.
Yeah. A boat. It's more like...
It's more like a city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you call we don't really have them in existence, but it's like a space station but on sea.
It's like a
Sea
citadel.
station.
Yeah, sea station. Yeah, I guess that's what you'd call it.
Oh, but they keep saying like it sails around and like.
I still think it goes underwater.
I don't. That is
Can't-
not aquadynamic. Have you ever seen a fish that looks like that, Connor?
No, but I still think
Okay,
it sinks under.
there you go.
It has to. How the hell are they hiding this thing if
Hey,
it doesn't go underwater?
to be fair, Matt.
I don't.
To be
What's
fair,
that?
I've never seen a building that shape either. I've never seen anything in existence in
I'm
the
just
world
saying,
that
like,
shape.
To be fair, I'm not sure how that thing floats.
Yeah, that's. But I'm saying, for it to go
Maybe it
underwater,
builds all the way to the bottom of the sea, and it has retractable stilts that takes it down and up.
Maybe it's a platform, but the way that Dante was talking about it, it operates in international waters, which tells me it moves around a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't need to know.
Well, that said, Matt, you
The
could just.
ongoing.
But Matt,
You know what I mean?
You
What?
could just be in international waters and be in that one international place and stay there.
Yes.
Like, once you go far out enough, you're in international waters. You can just stay there.
All I know is that I care way more what's going on here than the physics of the Inferno, right?
On the upside,
that-
on the upside, though, Matt,
That's what's up.
surely they're saving on taxis by being out in the international waters.
Well, they're an evil bank, of course they are. Even if they weren't an evil
I'm
bank,
just, I'm
that's
just
something-
saying, like,
That's something a regular bank would do.
Why
I
is that?
saw the big
That's a
sword.
bonus for them, not a bonus for anyone else.
Yeah.
You said that was a good
obviously.
thing. They're cheating the
I
system.
don't-
They're being even more villainous.
I don't have my money in the burning bank. All right.
my
So,
God, like,
although Citibank kind of is the burning bank. So maybe I
kidnapping.
do.
Hold on, Matt, they're kidnapping homeless people. They're killing people. They're doing all sorts of evil, like scheming shit, where they're setting up the domination of the planet. But they're cheating on taxis and that. We just can't allow that to happen.
I
No,
just
no.
assume they're doing that anyways, like most of the
Yeah,
corporations.
exactly.
That's the line that we're not going to let them cross. We're not happy about that.
My God, Oliver Queen as a tax accountant.
Do
reads this.
you reckon Queen Industries is paying all their taxes properly?
No.
Well, to be fair, the CEO guy is
It's
like one of
criminal
the.
CFO.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
definitely do not.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, this is Green Arrow gets to the Inferno. Him and Diggle, like, fight through. There's some great double page spreads like them just like fighting through various guys and sneaking in and all that stuff. One of my favorite panels in this issue actually is when he hears Black Canary use her cry,
Yeah.
and just the smile on his face. Like, I thought it was a really nice.
He
nice
smiles
moment.
so much in this issue.
It does. It's
great.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like even though he's gone through shit and hell to get to this, like almost literally for this, but he can't help but have fun at it all.
Yeah, so, Emmy reveals that she actually is not evil, as we suspected.
Yeah.
So that's good fun, and she fills us all in, and Canary breaks out as a cry. Nice big moment, nice big panel on that page of her using her cry. So it's one of those things where like the superheroes all have their one, like Superman always has the shirt opening thing, and whenever it happens, it's always like a fist pump moment. Canary has a cry, and you always see the rings, and good. Lanterns always have their charging, moment.
Yeah.
Artist Day.
So, I thought this was in a weird way. It was eventful and a lot of stuff happened, but it wasn't like a lot of plot. It was like just lots of action and like dealing with the end of this plot and setting up the tail end that teased the next thing.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like, I thought it was good. I thought art was nice again from Ferrer. If you've been enjoying his stuff, you'll enjoy this issue too.
Yeah. Talking about the art, the very first panel, the melted face. Oh my god, looks phenomenal.
Actually, do you know what panels I like? See the page where Green Arrow finally reunites with Black Canary, and there's that close up where he smiles at her, and then and then she slaps him.
Yeah.
I loved all that page. That page was just start
That's
to
a
finish.
classic. Yeah, that's a classic Arrow Canary moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my only problem here is if this is the first time I'm reading these characters, it and just through this book, their relationship's very, very rushed. Where they're, he's smiling because he knows the cry, yet they really weren't hanging out that much.
That is true, because in the Rebirth, they were like introducing to each other, weren't they?
Yeah, so, but that said, it's written well enough that unless you're looking for that, it doesn't really matter.
I think it's written well enough, but it's also a case of, even if you're new to comics, you're coming into Rebirth knowing that there's all this comic history, so I think you would just kind of accept it almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You just assume, they've had something. They met before, obviously.
Yeah.
I just would have fixed it by making them old flames from back when they were younger. And then they're reconnecting now that they're both superheroes.
So Oliver makes the choice to bomb the place that has all of his money in it. So he makes that choice. He makes that conscious choice, and he's like, "No, you know what? I'm just going to be the Green Arrow now and be poor, and that's fine."
Takes him a while though. He really doesn't want to do it.
No, it takes him
and
some time.
And I love that. And he's like, "Well, no, this is my salvation. All right, well, boom. You can't let these guys win."
It really ties back to maybe the second issue where Dinah was telling him where he was showing all the stuff he does with the money. And in this, he was like still trying to justify it to himself. Like, look at all the stuff I could do. And it's like, well, oh well.
Yeah.
Let's start again. And also, that ship had priceless works of art and whatnot in it too. So I also added to the decision.
He has the perfect, anytime she's mad at him, look, I did technically make the choice to bomb billions of dollars to make you happy. So you know what?
Well, and this also, we talked about the problem of him losing all his money and how many times this is going to happen. And this adds a finality to it. And it also is going to make him more distinct from Bruce Wayne. In that, now he's just full-time Green Arrow.
Which is good.
He's a Robin Hood. Yeah, and that's always good.
I think making that difference from Batman's actually quite a good idea. So, yeah, hopefully it sticks and hopefully this is a thing going forward.
As long as it doesn't impact on his ability to come up with new trick arrows, I'm down.
I think not that expensive. That's fine.
No, man,
I don't know. R&D is pretty expensive.
Yeah, but this is less R&D and more him in a garage, just like tinkering.
Well, it kind of all doesn't matter because at the end he washes up on an island and goes, "Oh no, not again," which I loved.
Oh yeah, that amused me. Yeah.
It's one of those things where when we heard he was going back to the island, you kind of groaned a little bit. But the way they play it, as he does the same thing as us.
Yep.
Where it kind of makes it okay again.
Yeah, so we should mention that whilst the whole thing's blowing up, it also blows up the ships and stuff that are connected to it, or they break away and he falls in the water and he washes up on an island. Also worth mentioning that Shadow grabs Emmy in the kerfuffle.
Takes off in a helicopter.
So Emmy's still with her mother, and this time Shadow knows she's been non-evil, therefore in trouble.
Yeah, it's like, is it a double cross or is it a triple cross?
Yeah.
You thought that I thought that you knew.
It's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where we are with Green Arrow. I good first arc.
I love how she talks down to Ollie. It's like, I didn't even hit you with a broadhead arrow. I hit you with the trank, and I added the tracer. You were fine the entire time. You just didn't know it. Like, this is coming from a 14-year-old girl, and I just love that. And if they had made the decision with Emmy to make her a legacy character and have her become Green Arrow, I'd be totally okay with that.
Well, here's something I think they should do. I think Emmy should join the Teen Titans.
Yeah?
I can see it happening in a year or so.
And I also think that her and Damien should be love interests. I think they're made for each other.
I can see it.
They are. They're both basically raised the same way.
I think as far as
equal weapons cult.
Yeah, I can see her joining Teen Titans in a couple of arcs' time. Like once it's kind of cleared up a little bit in this run, and she's got a bit more stability. I can see that happening. And
I, as much as I miss Connor Hawke, that was such a weird character to be a legacy.
Yeah.
And here, she's still a queen, but she's also been adopted. So there's stuff there, and she's so different than Ollie that in a few years' time, if they ever wanted to do that and replace him, then as a Green Arrow fan, it'd be more than okay. So.
Yeah, definitely.